What's up, everybody? Sorry for the confusion on picture earlier in the post. This was what we were supposed to be playing tonight.
It's Madden NFL 23.
The first 2 months of the regular season.
Sorry, having that go off my ear is not going to help.
To bring us as we're off in week 9.
Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll be hit down at the 33.
5 yards. Not bad.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 12 carries, 89 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Prescott on first down. He'll fire this deep for Gallup.
Oh,
This one is incomplete.
almost had it.
2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Open man layup. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another
Awesome.
first down.
That's a good start right there.
26. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Make sure you like and share.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down.
All right, let's see if we can't get this in.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, yeah, I screwed that up.
Opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Take it in at the 3.
Got him.
These guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready. At
their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Ooh.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. It's a big
That hurt.
play there for Atlanta. 49 yards.
That really hurt.
Running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Set, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Ah.
He's caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
All right, that was good.
Wilson Aguilar. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum in that time off.
It certainly is, and if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy,
Holding.
this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Sorry, had to adjust my wire.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
All right, at least it's still first.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup, it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, you did. You have made our list. Crap.
7-7, our score after 1.
I swear to God, I lose to a 4-4 team. That's it.
In possession, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw is Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And they work this well in the field across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
I am not losing to Atlanta. Ain't happening.
Simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his...
Trying for Brown. And
Oh, no.
Picked up by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Jefferson. And not much
That
doing
sucked.
there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through.
It's all good.
They're fortunate.
We'll get it back.
Out of that one.
2nd and 9 now. Completes it to Aguilar.
Here we go.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Set, go.
They'll drop the throw. Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's not looking good.
Team up there, first down Atlanta. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught by Aguilar. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. A give, Jefferson to the right side. Down to the 41. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out.
Now they call it timeout.
It turned into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
All right, let's see here.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Opposite. Green. Check. Pink.
Back to throw here. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
And they were backed up to start the drive. But
I didn't even know it was out already.
Play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Prescott looks to throw on first. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good.
I thought I had more time.
Here now at 10-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
4 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was already out. I'll have to get it eventually.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I don't know if I'll stream it.
Coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
Ready.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas where the Cowboys out in
I do know Pokemon Stadium's coming next week, I believe, or the week after.
Halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where you see the final score there. Jacoby Brissett leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Zach Wilson, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood. See what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Josh Jacobs, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back.
Hopefully I win this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first.
Interesting.
Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game.
I'll have to check it out.
Things up for a comeback here in this half.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Ready, go. Ready.
And they'll run on first down with Jefferson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's the 2nd and 7. And his throw is incomplete. To give you that,
Thank God for that.
He's been throwing the football. We're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Huh.
It's taken a while for this.
I wonder why they did it like that.
Creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll go again here with Jefferson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard.
Well, this ain't good.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
Wow. Okay.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the
I'm getting decent returns tonight.
Cowboys offense now. They head out for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half.
It sounds like it.
Locker room, 1-score game.
Thank you.
Has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
It feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Oh,
Trying to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
well.
The sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
I don't think that's going to go right where I want it.
Here's Barrios. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, a run.
That is kind of cool.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I would definitely check it out.
1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner.
Thank God.
Incompletion from him. He's been on point this
Got it back.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Back now in Arlington.
All right, let's
It's
see
the
here.
Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Wearing them down. That's what I'm going to do.
Inside give to Elliott. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Man open left side is Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This is 3rd.
If I don't get this, I'm screwed.
Biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it without.
Oh, I got it. I did get it.
3 good enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we're in a 1-score game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That definitely makes me interested in it.
Draw play, Elliott. And he works makes his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was beautiful.
Great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Can you clip that, please?
That time, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
That was a beautiful play right there.
Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now Ritter and the Falcons down 17-14. Less than 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. Ritter trying to get them up to the line here in a hurry. He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And out across midfield down to the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This is so nerve-wracking.
On first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every
One more play.
contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete.
That's
so
game.
The final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals.
Damn, one game behind. This is going to be a good game right here. All right, let's go.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Hey, what's up?
Got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Carr. That's complete to
Come on, guys, you're missing your assignments here.
Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Hey, we're not doing that here.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 2.
Leave my Cowboys alone. We suffer enough.
Stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss.
Oh,
That's
crap.
2nd and 11. And here, Charles,
All my good players are out, too.
Some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to.
Oh!
Get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Neville Gallimore powering his way.
That looked like it hurt.
Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now,
That's what you get for cheering for him.
what's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow
This should be a really good game, though.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12.
All right, they pinned me down pretty good.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they'll have anything special in store for him today.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The give is to Elliott.
Ah, I couldn't get outside.
Half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I throw at least 3 a game.
I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup. The Cowboys at 7-2 here on the year. And they come in off off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play two and a half months. You know you're looking for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They're going to make me throw the ball.
Second and 13. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start.
That's
defensive backs
damn it.
He's got to deal with. They're in a dime set, so everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss. Second.
You had to say it.
We're scoreless after one. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it second down and 12.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all.
Throwing now is Carr. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now Carr.
No. All right.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone.
That's a hell of a return right there.
Get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way.
Actually, didn't they have a good year a few years back? Like 2-3 years back?
Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I'm going to regret this.
Prescott to throw it. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm just playing like crap right now.
With another stop, and let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
A give to Elliott. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Thank you.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Elliott.
Oh, they wrapped me right up. That would have been perfect.
They follow up the game 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's gonna
All right, now we got something going.
Comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter.
My thing is, I'm playing on a higher difficulty, so throwing isn't my strong suit.
From Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
First down, Prescott.
Oh!
Caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Good bounce-back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous
That was
plays.
nice.
Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
This is going to be one heck of a game.
They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Oh, I don't think, no.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide.
I don't think it was good.
Watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
Wow, that was really close.
Now from the 33. Now Carr. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. A heck of a play there.
I'll take it.
Getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Raiders. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get
Just got to hold them here, and we're good.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. First down now, but that clock rolling. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Catches. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a great return. As he gets
wow.
all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Oh, no, and I gave it right back.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take over at
Damn
the
it.
13-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
I think Carr wants to be on the Cowboys.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone.
Never say never, man. I've had big leads like this and blown them.
Remaining in this first half as the kicks away. Taken in at the 3. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
End of the half.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Pretty
All
even.
right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We get started up at MetLife Stadium. Philadelphia making the 90-minute drive up the turnpike to take on New York. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium.
No.
And they trail in that one as it's the
I'm sure
visiting
Sierra
Jags
knew that, though.
who are out in front. The Jaguars looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
And we get the ball back, so
Final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up.
I don't know why they kicked it so short.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like
Nothing.
he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Prescott looks to throw on first. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's taken down, but not
Broke his ankles.
reaching the 10-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming.
And Prescott
Oh,
is
what the
throwing
hell?
interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Raiders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
What are the chances of that?
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Thank you.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
I know.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2
It
short
always
here with
happens
3rd down
in the red zone.
They'll come to the line yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds.
He knew what was going to happen if he threw it.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Thank you.
Now is from their end zone, they get it away.
Uh-oh. Gotta go. Or not.
Go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly
I can't believe I threw that interception.
The ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready.
Actually, I can't believe it. Because I do it all the time.
The offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here.
Oh my God. Why?
Jones, the linebacker, and the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
This game hates me.
Definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs.
We don't talk about it.
If you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
At least he's better than Romo.
Nice drive. They helped themselves out.
You gotta give me that one.
Offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so.
Told you I would blow it. I always do.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now in Arlington. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. From just shy of midfield, Carr quickly into the hands of Waller. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You know what? If I lose this one, I got nobody to blame but me.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Carr fighting his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
I'm starting to think you might be right.
Jacobs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Jacobs. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr. In trouble, and he'll go down.
Nice.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Okay, so we're now just allowing them to...
They get one
Never
more
mind.
as the extra points up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
I should have cut.
Get set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
All right, I got this.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Take another first.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
Zeke's got over 100 yards.
Disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They go to Elliott again. And they'll be inside the 35 now to the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Thank you.
Inside give to Elliott.
Nope.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This is Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force...
I mean, granted, if you made the money he made, I wouldn't be playing as hard as I could either. Let's face it, once they get those high contracts, they don't care anymore. Kind of sad when you think about it.
It's week 12.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Tried.
First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
The numbers for Zeke from last week, very, very strong, well over 100 yards.
He should get the ball early and often here, too. I mean, when you ride the performance of last week into this game, his confidence level has to be off the charts. Go ahead and keep feeding him.
Running right through him. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since the Friday Night Light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them.
It's a good start right there.
Do your best.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage. They got the
I had to pay attention and stop doing that.
Nice crease, and once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
This defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, he got stuffed right there.
2 on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Play number 9 now on this pretty
Why?
opening drive. This is 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they got the...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott
with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
He just like walked right in.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got a man open, it's Tyler Higbee. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So
That was a good throw.
Territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 58 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement.
The Rams with
Let's
the football
see.
here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Out of the gun, Stafford. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because
Wow.
to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they
That was a nice punt.
I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott. It's incomplete.
Damn.
Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And just know when that
I had to try it.
your eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. Broke through some contact, but ultimately only able to get to his own 20. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Damn.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's okay.
Like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high
That's okay.
call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
That is not okay.
He's met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Prescott.
Oh,
And he's going to go down. They get to
I thought I had time.
Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week.
What is he throwing at?
More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 50, it's Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again is Stafford. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he is going to have a Rams first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We are like stopping their pass.
Maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, and then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Oh, almost had it.
And his kick is indeed good. And they get
Almost had that block.
Here it's 10-3. And maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Devontae Parker, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Darius Slayton, a touchdown catch in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats.
Well, that helps me out.
For the Cowboys. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Let's see here.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. From the 50, Stafford. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Damn.
I don't know what they
they talked about at halftime, whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's going to
come on.
First down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 19. Stafford going to give this to Akers. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run here with Akers. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action, Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the... Back now here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try the right side with
Nope.
Elliott. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah.
In the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Marr.
There it is.
Good. And the lead is now 17-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 1:50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Stafford. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Again, it's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They find some open field here. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Elliott running right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's game.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got...
Well, this would be an interesting one.
It's the national.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded inside the 5. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first look is incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here.
So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy.
As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. To throw is Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is...
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Let's go now.
On first down, Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that one going to come up short, low throw.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
It's going to be a back and forth game.
He'll get this away into the icy winter air. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods days devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A give to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
He was brought down by Marcus Ellis. A gain of 14. And the Cowboy first down.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Oh,
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown!
wonderful. How was he banned? You need to send him a message and let him know I'm trying to fix it. Tell him I'll fix it.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here.
This is why you should be paying attention and not playing while you're watching.
By Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
I'll have to do it after the stream.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
See if you can try to fix it.
To throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on 1st down. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Hurts. Here's a screen with Gainwell.
Nice.
He went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Prescott's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Lamar able to put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Isaiah Pacheco. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Daniel Jones, 3 first-half touchdown passes. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Yeah, well, I'll figure it out.
First here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott now. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And they'll begin on the ground with game. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
That was awesome.
They had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to...
Okay, 1 quarter left.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we... And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And strong running there as he's across
Damn.
the field and down to the 40
Wasn't
line.
expecting that.
And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Play action. Here's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take
I don't know why he
possession
stopped.
here at their own 33. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Holding. Offense. What's up, man?
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes
That was a nice run, too.
block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 151 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They go to Elliott again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Damn, Zeke is killing him right now.
Inside give to Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
On second down, Elliott once more.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, Elliott. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That's game.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think.
I didn't even block you, dude. I don't even know how that happened. I'm glad that it got fixed, though. I was trying to do it in mid-game. They played terrible. Honestly, they weren't even completing passes.
It's Madden NFL 23, and we're...
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6.
Hey, just think I'll actually be like the Cowboys. I'll get to the playoffs and choke.
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on some few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Into the air right away is Allen. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
He's lucky. He was going to get hammered. He was going to get hammered.
Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the counter, this is Singletary. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20,
Damn.
so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total
I choked last season I played.
99 times out of 100, and the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
In fact, that's the one I had a 21-point lead and I blew it.
I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Yeah, they are.
To the air, Allen. And this will be incomplete.
All right, stop them there.
And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I can't wait to play some of the game. Oh, man, I got so many good games coming.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes
I want to play,
as we just saw there.
I want to do Mafia 2, but I don't know with some of the content in it. If you've ever played it.
Short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Throwing now is Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the
That's okay. I ain't worried.
Point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi
Oh, they're
State
really
Guard,
good.
the mobile quarterback,
Kind of like,
Throwing over the middle,
think like GTA and Saints Row. They're like that.
and this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
I just don't want to get the stream shut down if I play them.
Take us to the end of the first quarter.
Because there's some
After one, 7-0
questionable content in them.
Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Oh, thank God.
Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run.
They're aggressive as hell.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
They're really fun games.
Staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. The Cowboys at 10-2 on the year.
I got the Devil May Cry games I want to do.
Ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win,
Damn it, Zeke.
them to me as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take
I hate to say it, I think I'm going to lose this one.
And 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds.
I have a feeling I'm going to lose this one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Yeah, right.
Isaiah McKenzie that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot.
The only reason I beat Philly that last game is because my running was, like, insane.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now
Literally, Zeke was like a tank.
The Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out
And all my good players are getting hurt, so
back in a moment.
that ain't helping.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final.
I can't even get a run going.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher.
Alright, calm down. You can do
Because
this.
they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Prescott. This will be caught once again by Brown.
Okay, that was a hell of a throw right there. Let's see here.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st down, Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An excellent play.
Holy
there,
panic
Steve,
attacks.
Pick six, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Oh, back into it. Let's see if I can not screw it up.
7 now as they kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how.
And he fires one.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Watch me throw an interception.
Now Prescott. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
This is a big if. I should have kicked it.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead on the final play of the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Russell Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And things didn't work out for him as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, terrific in the victory as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada.
I can
See
make a
what's
joke
happening
about
with the
that, but I'm
Raiders
not
at
going
home
to.
in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Derek Carr, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it.
Last game I was running good. This one I can't do crap.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll give to Elliott. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup.
Ah.
He knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys...
I don't know why I keep throwing that.
You're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust.
I'm hoping that they'll catch it.
And get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
It would have been a nice if he would have caught it.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. To try again after the sack. Allen. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So
this is not good.
1st and 10 now from the 33.
This is not good.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 30 on 2nd down. Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
I was diving for that one too.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty.
False start.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Right back to Singletary on second down. Oh, what a move. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Damn, dude. Just let him walk in.
For 16 yards, it sets him up first and goal. They run here with Singletary, and he'll get in.
They let him just walk on in.
Devin Singletary, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. The point after is good, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now in Arlington, all even as we get ready to start the fourth. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
The give is to Elliott. And some space here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 81 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Elliott. And inside the 20.
There we go. Now the run's starting to work.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Problem is now can I hold them?
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one
That's
away.
why I like to run.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further. As
The more you run it, the more you wear them down.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Personal foul.
Oh, come on.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback.
That ref just screwed me.
Penalty does.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And Diggs has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, second and
I don't know.
2.
I'm excited. Pokemon Stadium's coming to Switch, so.
This is Hines. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. But 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Flush to his right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. No one
Well, that's game.
downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Here's Allen. Steps away. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Oh,
Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kicks away.
they played me.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already
No, I don't.
to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson.
That stupid penalty screwed me.
From the start. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Here's Prescott. That's complete to Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. This is Elliott. 124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They go to Elliott again. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game,
Screw it. Let's go for it.
For a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, He's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Here's Prescott.
Good players.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First throw of overtime for Allen. Oh, and it's intercepted.
I'll be taking that.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the
Talk about luck. I should have lost that game. Watch me lose to the Giants. I swear if I lose to these guys, I'm done.
The former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. From the 6. And good starting field position.
That's a hell of a return right there.
Out the 35-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback calling the shots.
I think they did beat me the first time, too. They didn't beat me by much.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I think they beat me by a field goal last time.
There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those.
It's been a while.
Over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Cowboys at 11-2 now. Well, they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of
Oh, come on.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott on the move to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage.
I should have run. I should have.
These quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I didn't think about it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to the ground with Elliott, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look
Oh, okay, I did win it.
back home in Arlington. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I wasn't sure if I won or not.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another nice game.
Okay, let's see here.
And another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand,
should we call it now?
Script. You go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things. And
that ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here.
Ooh, he doesn't like pressure.
Smith an incomplete pass.
Okay.
First down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Awesome.
Throwing now is Geno. That one complete to Joe Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, New York.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back to throw, Smith. Robinson hauling it in outright. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I swear to God, I lose to the Giants, I quit. I'm done. I'm done with the stream for the night.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert!
Geno down to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone.
All right, we stopped them. Damn.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man layup.
In traffic, too.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown.
I can't get anything going with the run. Just got to keep at it.
Inside give to Elliott. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
This isn't going to work.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
From the snap,
Because Dak can't throw for shit.
But surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Damn it, Dak, you suck.
Back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by Maher is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Geno. His throw incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
That was a good stop right there.
But not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by Marr is good. And they will
I'll take the kick.
lead to 10 now at 13-3. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board,
What happened?
you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
Check, check.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Zach Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half.
Yeah, you know what, though? Like you said, any given Sunday.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their number.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late-season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
I heard he was a really nice guy.
To return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD. Down
I used to get a kick out of him in WWE.
Some changes coming out of the locker room.
Well, they've studied what they
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room.
Nice.
So that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession.
Now let's pray I don't give it right back to him.
They'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Pollard will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to
Almost.
the 2. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and
Almost.
goal.
There it is.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. New York's offense back out there and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die.
But yeah, I got like a ton of games I want to do on stream. I got to start getting through the ones I'm on.
Start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got to
chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion.
All right.
Up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. To the sideline, he's got the catch.
Damn.
And he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
All right, I got to give him credit for that. That was a good throw.
They get 12 yards out of it.
That was a real good throw.
Smith on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Still
now they're just being tryhards.
Touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard
I think they feel bad for him.
Running left, it's Barkley. And they take him down.
Not that bad.
Back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They don't feel that bad.
From the gun, here's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 16. From the red zone now, Smith. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Still down
Ouch.
here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Jesus, he clotheslined him.
Starting field position following the interception. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Elliott. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break.
I don't think I'm losing.
On EA Sports. On 3rd down, Elliott.
If I lose, I'll be so mad.
But he needed 8. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game.
Well, we'll see.
Get the 1st down, close it out.
4th down, Prescott. They'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he is going to have the Cowboys' 1st down.
Wasn't who I was going for, but it worked.
Yards to boot. 18 of them.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
And you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 70 yards rushing now for Zeke, and he's got a 1st down. A give to Elliott.
Oh, damn.
Brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for
Now they're just abusing me.
Fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now
If that last guy wasn't there, I was in.
bent over, hands on their knees, and the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Elliott is going to go backwards.
Damn.
He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
There.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
My feelings.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the
He got me in the
Cowboys
feelings.
The football here as we get you reset. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys.
I'm pretty sure I'm not losing this game unless some divine intervention happens here.
And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Yeah, no divine intervention here.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense.
Thank you.
Following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Take it in at the 3.
I mean, even if I didn't score there, it was game over.
And New York set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well,
That was a good catch. That was a real good catch.
7 on 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Gino on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw to Disley. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
I felt that.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides.
That was actually fun. Ooh. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, maybe. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this will probably be the last one for the night, and then I'll finish it probably next week.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked
Wow.
about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of the this Packer offense.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Tunyon's getting on the out route. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought
Completely
down
missed.
48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Rodgers now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Thank God.
About meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. To throw is Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh,
And this one is in.
that would have been nice.
The Cowboys are 12-2 now on the year. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate.
Sorry.
Injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season.
Wish you would have told me that. I would have put Sturdy one.
Have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The give is to Elliott. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The numbers for Zeke from last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On 2nd down, Elliott.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Running wide side, Elliott.
Nope.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here.
Thank you.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I gotta say, if it's gonna be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Got him.
Rodgers is gonna go down. He's sacked. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Nice.
By Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Draw play, Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Final play of the half, Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Bears who have the lead. David Montgomery, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Oh,
and
wow.
they got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Desmond Ridder has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Packers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second down, another shot for Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Rodgers going to throw. And complete once again to Watson. He's got room at the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Rodgers. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
I'm not worried.
This run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Again, it's Jones. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6.
Okay, I'm a little worried now.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up
Nice.
to the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the
I'm going to keep hammering it in.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends. Back now at Lambeau. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 inches.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Got it.
Ezekiel Elliott with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. On the return is Ferguson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second and very short, Rodgers.
Oh,
shit. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Packers.
I messed that one up.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch, but he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him. And we'll step aside for a moment. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Elliott. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
161 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Again to Elliott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's game.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And never an easy thing to do, no matter.
All right, guys. On that note, I am going to end it here. I want to thank everybody that came in, the likes, the comments, the shares. As always, it's appreciated. We will finish this next week sometime, and I will see you all tomorrow night.